Stampers, this is Lisa again, and I'm coming back to you with another Facebook Live. This is my second one for today. Today is Saturday, June 6th, and I wanted to walk you through our annual catalog. This is the new catalog that Stampin' Up! Just came out with. I actually had this one bound and it has the little protective cover on the front because I thought for our walkthrough today it's going to be a whole lot easier if I can lay it down in front of me and it will lay flat. And so we're going to go through the catalog and I'm going to point out a few things that maybe could easily get missed, and I want to make sure that you can take full advantage of everything that this new catalog has to offer. And so what I'm going to do is put you down on my desk. And remember that if you wanted to order, I would totally appreciate it if you order through me. And if you use this hostess code, you're going to get the customer appreciation PDF of the month. But then I'm also going to pick a few people that I'm going to send a little extra goodie to, or to, you know, more than one maybe. This is our lovely catalog. It starts out telling you all about, you know, kind of the groupings of where things are in the catalog. And it does mention the new Stampin' Emboss machine, and this is cut and emboss. And I am very excited about it. Everybody's super excited about it. And so in order to have enough product on hand, they have not yet released it. Again, with COVID going on, we don't want to release something we don't have enough product for, or at least we try not to. And so while they're still manufacturing enough to build up an inventory, we're going to have to wait on our die cutting machine. But it is coming and it is fabulous. As I said there in my video before, there's going to be 10 different suites. And each one is a different kind of occasion. You know, we have some all occasion suites, we have some love, thanks, and support, kids and babies, birthday, and artistic expression. So a little bit of everything in what we call a suite. We also have a little bit of instructional, you know, how to work through the catalog. Up here you'll notice we do offer two different kinds of stamps. We offer the photopolymer, and then we also offer the cling mount stamps. Both of them require a clear block, but because of that, they take up a whole lot less room. They fit in these little things that are kind of like DVD cases, and they just stack beautifully up on the shelf and have the name and little images. Very easy to find what you're looking for. But you do need to make sure that you get some blocks, and they will recommend which one that you get throughout the catalog. The blocks are fabulous. They last a really long time and they're easy to clean. A little bit of Dawn dish soap and you're good to go. We do have those little stickers that you can convert your clear mount to cling mount. So that's in this catalog as well. This is just a beautiful sampling of, you know, kind of our color coordination. If you know Stampin' Up, you know that we do offer everything in color families, which are kind of tones that go together, and then we also match everything. And so if you were to get ink, paper, marker, all of those things, they're all going to be exactly the same shade. If you're just getting started in Stampin' Up, or maybe you're looking to give something as a gift, or you want something to travel, say you're going on vacation and you're going to be in your RV, you don't want to take your entire arsenal of things, you might want to consider an all-inclusive kit. These make great gifts. They have the stamps, the adhesives, the Stampin' Spot. There's everything you need, including envelopes to get you going, and a cute little box to store it in. So great for gifts and traveling. This is a beautiful kit that if you wanted to, you can add on the stamp set that goes with it, and they're recommending some additional supplies if you'd like, or you can just buy this and use it with what you already have. They also have what we call a product medley, which is, again, an all-inclusive little bit of everything, but this bumps it up a notch. This also includes some dies, and so you would get dies and ribbon and little stickers and your stamp set. I mean, a little bit of everything, and if you wanted to, there's even a refill kit. So don't miss out on those. Again, this is where I was talking about our suites. This is our mega suite out of the catalog. It comes with 2 bundles and a little sampling here. These are our in colors, and this is what this mega suite focuses on, is these 5 new in colors. And so it does come with 4 of the colors in Stampin' Blends included in our mega suite. Throughout the catalog, you want to keep an eye on these little icons. I should have pointed that out here. Even have a note for myself I didn't follow. You want to watch for the little 10%. That's going to show you bundle savings, and anything with a little N is going to be new. Also, anything with the $1 million that's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who sold her $1 million and worked with a artist at Stampin' Up! Headquarters and designed a set. This one happens to be distinctive. And what distinctive is our photopolymer stamps that are photorealistic. And you can see that this is actually 3-step stamping, or you could do 2. And then if you want to make sure that you're reading the descriptions. I know this little fine print, we're all like focused on the big picture of everything, but down here at the bottom, it's going to tell you the suggested blocks. If you don't have a lot of blocks yet, I would suggest you get D. That seems to be our most popular, fits most of our stamps. Okay, again, this is another set that is double-sided. This is something that carried over from the last catalog. So this little icon down here means that this stamp set is reversible. It allows you to stamp on both sides of the stamp. You load it onto your block, either upside down or right side up, and it stamps both sides. Also, you want to take note of the coloring. If this has a kind of smoky slate background to it, that means that there's a coordinating die that goes with it. If it has this very vanilla kind of color behind it, that means there's a coordinating punch. Now, the Mountain Air bundle was something that was released in our January to June mini catalog, and it was offered at the 10% discount. Now, we did not expect for that to carry over, but it did. So don't miss these little hidden bundle options, because this will show you that if you got the Mountain Air stamp set and the coordinating dies that go with it, you can still save the 10% on the bundle pricing. So again, lots of beautiful examples as you flip through our catalog. Again, more punches, more dies, another color palette. Again, this is another suite that we talked about. This is the World of Good suite. It has that I Want It All button that gets you everything in there, or you can order them individually. They're going to show you the little, see this cute paper pumpkin box they've decorated. They're giving you some samples of a frame and other ways you can use them besides just making cards. Also, we have throughout the catalog these little boxes that are going to talk to you about different stamping techniques and how to do them. And so this one is talking about 2-step stamping, and so it's got a brief little description, tells you how to do it, and then gives you some examples. So don't miss those little technique blocks. Again, here's that beautiful die cutting machine that will be available to us later. They used to have something in the catalog that would tell you if you wanted to make, this particular card, you order this list. And so they've kind of just renamed it. And so now what they're calling it is Shop the Project. And so this is telling you some of the things that you may need in order to make this project over here. And of course, this is the bundle that goes with this stamp set over here. And it shows the dies and kind of a tiny picture, but there's a larger picture in the back that I'll show you. They're also going to mention in the description if it does techniques. So this one does 2-step stamping as well as the hinge step technique. And so somewhere in the catalog they're going to show you how that's done. Or of course, if you work with me, I'll show you how that's done. But it just means that you can set this up on the Stamparatus that you could repeat. You could just bring your plate down and stamp in a row. This is that adorable pet suite I showed you in my opening. I'm kind of just going quickly. This is something that is new in our catalog as far as the stamp set. It's a cute little children's stamp set with the zoo globe, and this globe coordinates with a stamp set that we've already released. And so you might already have these dies in your collection, and so this would be a cheap and easy way to make that Christmas set roll over into some other cards, and you can still use the shaker domes with it as well. So I'll show you those in the back, but you know, just a way to add value to what you already have going on. Here is that hinge step technique I was talking about. Here's some little descriptions on how to do it. We do have lots of holiday stamps. Here's the Christmas one I was talking about that goes with that shaker globe. But if you're one of those that wants to get started on Christmas shopping right now or start those Christmas cards, we do have some sets in here, but we're also going to release our holiday catalog early. And so hang tight, and in September we're going to be releasing the holiday catalog, which will have even more holiday stuff, and it's going to be larger than it usually is. So I'm excited about that. Again, you know, this is showing how we can use our stamps as gift wrap, as tags. There's some border examples in here. There's some banners. It's not just cards. It's lots and lots and lots of things. Again, this is the Ornate Garden. That's been out for a little while. Available in a suite. Masking technique. So again, another technique they're pointing out and showing you how to do it. Another color palette. You know, so watch these tiny little boxes. You know, we're so focused on these big, you know, beautiful stamp sets, and they are shown in actual size. So if you were to purchase this stamp set, you know that this size in the catalog is the size that they're going to be when you get them. And so this is how big they will be on your card. Here's using, you know, basically a Valentine's Day set and making it non-Valentine's cards, which I love. See, look at bundle here, bundle here. Keep an eye out. Don't miss those things. There's all these cute little, you know, how to stamp off. Great little tips along the way. And if you're wondering, you know, how did they do this? Or, you know, if there's some card you're wondering how they did, definitely ask me. As a demonstrator, I have access to a list of all the supplies used in every single card in the catalog. And of course, I've been doing this for over 20 years. And so I can usually look at a card and tell you what kind of technique they've used or what supplies are used in there. Again, this is another $1 million seller. I just loved this little cocktails and chocolate. Another $1 million sale here. This was Rhonda Wade. This one was Connie Stewart. So they're giving the demonstrator a little bit of a shout out in there as well. And as you fold the catalog, you'll notice that that little index I showed you in the front that talked about the different areas of the catalog, you know, all occasion, love and support, that's going to be your color blocks as you fold the catalog over. And so if you use the index in the front and you're looking for kids and babies, then you want the pink, which is our new color, Magenta Madness. And so the children's stuff is in the Magenta Madness section. Again, here's another distinctive set. And what I liked about this page, I have this mark because I wanted to point out to you, if you like the photorealistic stamps, this is something that Stampin' Up! Has patented for this design, where you can get shades of color on one stamping, really quick and easy. Here's the list of all of the ones available in the catalog and where you can find them. Again, this stuff in the little corners where, you know, we're so focused on the stamp sets and the beautiful examples, you might miss some of these little things. So that's why we're walking through the catalog and I'm pointing them out to you. Of course, if you make cards and you sell them, Stampin' Up! Does have what they call the angel policy. And what that means is that they require you to have this copyright Stampin' Up! On the back of your cards, just letting everyone know that the images that you used are copyrighted by Stampin' Up! And so here's a little bit about our angel policy, how to find more info online, and a stamp set that will get you the required stamp. Oh, I did mention all the stamps are actual size. 99.9% of them are. The exception is our background stamps, and these stamps are actually fairly large. They are, you know, bigger than the card so that they can cover the entire background. And then it does a little blow up and shows you what size the pattern actually is. So that's our one exception to actual size in the catalog. Of course, I did talk a lot about Stampin' Up's color coordination and how if you were to get Poppy Parade in the cardstock, the Stampin' Pads, the refill kits, and here's Stampin' Blends. Don't miss out that the Stampin' Blends have now been moved over to be included in our little chart. So it's showing you if you got cardstock, pad, refill, Stampin' Blends, they're all going to be the same shade. The shade is going to be the one up the top. The lighter colors down our column is just so that you can stay in the column you're looking for, but the actual color is the color on the top. So these are all going to match, and our Stampin' Blends did not retire. The single blends retired because they found that most people were all buying them in sets. And so we do still have the set available. So you buy your Stampin' Blends in packs of 2. That's what gets you your shading. And that's where you can find them. They're going to be on these pages here, 142 and 143. Again, I want to point out this 10% savings. Some people do not know that if you're looking for a color collection, you can get them in markers, you can get them in refills, you can get them in pads. We even have these little stacks of paper that are 20 sheets. You get 4 of each in the 5 in colors, or 2 of each in the 10 regular color collections, available in 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12. We also have the background designer series papers available in color collections as well. But my main point is if you buy the stamp pads or the ink refills as a set, they do have that little 10% off. Again, more savings. Keep an eye on that. These pages, again, another reason why I'm doing the walkthrough is you want to make sure you're paying attention to the numbers, because my eyes tend to go straight across and go, okay, this is the Stampin' Emboss powders. That makes sense. You know, the heat tools right here, Versamarks here. But then we get down to the masks, and now we're starting to have to go at an angle. And so make sure that you are not ordering the wrong thing. So you want to watch your little numbers, which will, of course, increase, because, again, this is one section, this is one section, and this is one section. And so you want to make sure that you're matching up your numbers as you come down. These are our designer series papers. Again, you can opt to get the paper share that I'm doing and get a 6x6 or a 3x6 of each one of those, because there are so many beautiful papers. Again, you want to make sure that you're following along as they jump, because my tendency would be to look at this one here and come straight across and order this number, but this actually belongs down here. So just pay attention to your numbers as you go along back here. The card packs, I have a tendency to kind of skip over this because I don't do pocket scrapbooking. I do regular scrapbooking. But lately I have found that using the card packs for the Memories and More, which is their idea of scrapbooking, that these are perfect for making the front of a card. I could go through a stack of these Memories and More cards and just put backings on them, a little bit of designer series paper and a card base, and bam, you can make a whole stack of cards very quickly for not a lot of money and not have to do any coloring. So super fun idea with those. I also want to point out we do have these Memories and More cards and envelopes. They expect these to sell out rather quickly because they are all of the new in colors, and they are the bases as well as the lined envelopes. Don't miss out on those. Of course, all our beautiful new embellishments, some carried over, but there's quite a few new ones. As you see the little red N's, each red N is a new item in the book. Again, make sure that you're matching numbers to the description so you don't order the wrong thing. Again, we've got our 3 columns here. They've kind of drawn a little box around it trying to help us out, and these are lined up a little better. And again, I do have a ribbon share, so if you want 1 yard of each one of these, I can hook you up. I have mentioned in my last video the new Stampin' Seal and the Stampin' Seal Plus. And so these are the new adhesives, and they will replace snail and fast fuse, which is something that a lot of customers have asked us to bring back. It's a super strong adhesive, great for 3D projects and boxes and, you know, my pop-up cards, anything with some movement to it. This is super, super sticky. I love it. We do have the new little stickers that will convert your clear mount stamps into cling. They will make them sticky on the back. So this is just a little double-sided sticker that will convert your stamps. And then of course the little sheets that will allow you to do the eclipse technique. These are big 4" by 4" dimensionals. And my adhesive sheets are back. Again, I am so excited. That is, again, my favorite thing out of the entire catalog is that they brought back adhesive sheets. This is something that you apply to the back of your piece of cardstock before you run it through the die cutting machine, and it's going to make it a sticker. So all you have to do is peel off the back and it's already got all the adhesive. No more having to, you know, dauber with a sponge and, you know, try to use your fine tip glue pen, you know, your snail on a silicone mat. I mean, we've had lots of tricks trying to get rid of all the little goobers that show up when you try to do these really intricate dies. Adhesive sheets are the answer. I swear. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. I also use grid paper all the time, and some people may think this is just a demonstrator item. It's not. You can buy your own grid paper here in the catalog, and it has the measuring on the bottom. One side is centimeters, the other side is inches. And so it allows you to, you know, measure your cards or your layers or your ribbon that you're using. I use it to line up my stamps. If I lay the words down on here and they're straight, and then I line the block with it straight, you know, and obviously I use it as a protector of my desk space because I do a lot of stamping off the edge of a card, which would create this giant mess if I didn't have my grid paper. Love my grid paper. Not a demo only thing. It is available to everyone right here in our catalog. Some people may freak out when they see the increase on the Stampin' Mist. Don't panic. The deal is that they made it larger. This was a little bottle. This is like twice the size. And so they have eliminated the refill, and you just buy a bigger bottle. Also, our stamp cases, not just for stamps. You can store lots of little goodies in there. They have the full width and the standard. So there's a thick box and a thin box that you can store your markers, your, I think I have my chamois in one, I have my watercolored pencils in one, my paper pumpkin boxes come with a little stamp set and no stamp case, and so I can buy them through here, and then my paper pumpkin will offer us a free case insert. We also have a blank insert if you're looking to convert over some of your other stamps and put them into, see, this was a really super old set. This is like back from when I started Stampin' Up, 1995. I mean, this has been around forever. And rather than using this, I just kept them on the foam. I'm using them on my clear blocks. They originally came with wood, and I converted it over to a clear mount set, and I can print off a generic cover that will have the Stampin' Up, you know, bar, the little, you know, logo at the bottom, but all the middle and the name is going to be blank. So I can go onto my computer and I can print that out, and I can add it to my case, and it'll look like all the rest of my stamps. Very convenient. Of course, this is the Stamparatus we were talking about, that hinge technique. Here's all of our individual punches. Now the punches, I think, are all included in here. Let's see, was the whale up here? No, I guess they're not. Okay, so these are individual punches. Again, this is something I wanted to point out. As you're looking through all of the punches, you're going, oh my gosh, I don't see the whale. Where's the whale? It's going to be over here, because they have taken our punch bundles and they have made them separate little blocks. Now it's going to show you that this whale punch is included in this bundle at the 10% off. And it's can be ordered individually with this number or as a bundle with this number. And then it's going to tell you the page number where you can go find the coordinating stamp set that goes with it. So these are available here, and then anything that is not in a bundle for savings. I'm not going to say they're not, like this coordinates with a stamp set, and you know, this coordinates with a stamp set, and this coordinates with a stamp set, but they're not available to 10% off, and so that's why they're not on that bundle page. So you're just watching for that 10% off. Again, this is our wonderful new die cutting machine, on its way. Don't have it quite yet. If you want early access to that, again, you may want to take advantage of that fabulous pick a bundle deal going on, where you would get access to this as soon as all the demonstrators have access to it. There is a regular size and there is a mini size. The regular size will do all of it. It'll do, you know, all of our dies, all of our embossing folders, all of that. The mini will just do some, and it will have a little icon I'll point out in a minute of things that will fit through the mini. The reason for the mini is a lot of people tend to go to crops or retreats or travel, or maybe want to do some die cutting in the car. This is just a littler version that will do most of the dies, not all of them. This does all of them. Of course, I have to have both. I'm just weird that way. And this is going to be all the accessories that go with it. They have improved the magnetic plate. Now this is just as like a thin layer, kind of like our clear plates are, with the self-healing mat on top, and the magnet goes all the way across. It's not little circles placed throughout the base plate. So I'm excited about that. Again, this is bundles. Here's our little icon about these fit through the mini. Here's a little icon about they are 10% off. This is the number to order just the dies. This is the number to order the bundle. Tells you the page number that it's on if you want to see what the stamp set looks like. Of course, all of these examples in the back are different than the examples up front. Again, making this a fabulous resource for just ideas. Oh, and I did mention before too, there are some bundles that carried over. Remember, things that have the little red N, those are definitely new, but we have a few sets in here that were available in the last catalog, say the painted labels, the Majestic Mountain, and those are going to be available still at the 10% savings. I'm real excited about that. The Poppy Moments, I mean, those were really popular. And they're still 10% off in the bundle. So if you didn't get a chance to grab those last time, maybe the Stitch So Sweetly, those were real popular. They're still available at the 10% off bundle pricing. This is all of our standard dies that just, you know, can be purchased individually. Again, they will come with a stamp set. It'll mention which one it coordinates with. They'll be in the front, but they're purchased separately. They're not bundled together anymore. And the ones that are bundled are not going to be in this list. Of course, there's our host benefits. Again, I was mentioning how during the month of June, if you were to have a party or place an order and it reaches $250, you're not only going to get the normal 10%, which would give you $25, they're going to give you an additional $25, so you have $50 in free product. So you basically get, you know, $300 worth of product for $250. If you have a longer wish list and you really want to get a savings, you might want to consider signing up. Again, you would pick out $125 worth of product. You only pay $99. They're going to ship it to you for free. So make sure you take a look at that option. Again, there were lots of things in the catalog, and I was trying to show you to point out things. If you're looking for something in particular, you may want to jump to the back of the book. Here on page 189, there's an index. So this is an alphabetical listing of all of our stamp sets. It's going to tell you whether or not they're cling mount or photopolymer. Some of our background stamps still available on a wood block, but only the background stamps. Tells you the page number they're on, and for our Canadian friends or people close to the border, there are also quite a few of them available in French. And then this index back here is of all of our accessories and things. And so if you're looking for the pearls or the rhinestones or embossing folders, this is going to tell you where all of those things are. Again, I probably should have mentioned we were talking about this die cutting machine and how it's got the mini. We talked about the mini being on these for the dies and what fits through there, but there's also mini embossing folders. And so we've got several little embossing folders that will fit through the mini machine. So, you know, very cute. So that's just kind of a quick walkthrough. Again, I try not to take too much of your time, but I want to make sure that you get full advantage, that you don't miss out on those little things that are hidden up here in the corner. You know, I don't think our bundles are nearly as bold as they were in the last catalog, but they do still exist, and I don't want you to miss them. And of course, you know, all the little stamping techniques and, you know, the mentioning what techniques they do down here on the bottom. There's just some extra little tips that I hope help you out. And thank you for joining me. And again, I appreciate your business. Those of you who shop with me, support me in doing this, which is a job that I absolutely love and want to share with you, because during these times, and like all times for me, there's no stress in stamping, and this is my way to escape the craziness going on in the world and allowing me to do something fun and share it with you. So again, my name is Lisa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator with Queen Bee Creations, and I thank you for joining me, and I will see you on my Facebook page next Monday at 2:30. Thanks for joining me.